Silent Hill first emerged from the mist in 1999, developed by Konami in their now famous Team Silent. This wasn't your average horror game full of cheap jump scares. Silent Hill was psychological horror at its finest. The kind that makes you question whether you really saw something move in the shadows, or if it's just your mind playing tricks.
What about you? Anything?
The town of Silent Hill itself was practically a character, with its dense fog, eerie silence, and nightmarish creatures.
What is this?
In 2001, Silent Hill 2 took things to a whole new level. The game introduced us to James Sunderland, a man who received a letter from his deceased wife, Mary, inviting him back to Silent Hill.
It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true.
When you get a letter from your dead loved one, naturally, you pack your bags and head straight into the fog. Silent Hill 2 wasn't just about survival. It was about confronting the darkness within.
Mama! Mama, I was looking for you!
It gave us unforgettable characters like Pyramid Head, and a soundtrack by Akira Yamaoka that is so hauntingly beautiful. After the success of Silent Hill 2, Konami wasn't done playing with our fears. In 2003, Silent Hill 3 hit the scene, bringing us back into the eerie town, introducing us to Heather Mason,
Dad, it's me.
a teenage girl with a mysterious past and a connection to the events of the original Silent Hill. The game not only continued the series tradition of psychological horror, but also ramped up the intensity with even more messed up monsters and disturbing images. Let's just say, if you thought the nurses were creepy before, Silent Hill 3 took that fear to a whole new level.
Is this a dream?
But Silent Hill 3 wasn't just about shock value. It also wrapped up the storyline that began with the original game, providing a satisfying yet terrifying conclusion to that chapter of the series. Then came Silent Hill 4, The Room, in 2004, which took a different approach by setting much of the game in a single haunted apartment. Imagine being trapped in your own home with no way out,
Help! Let me out of here!
except through a mysterious hole in the wall
What the hell?
that leads to increasingly nightmarish worlds. The Room introduced new gameplay mechanics while still delivering the psychological horror that fans had come to expect. After Silent Hill 4, the series continued with more entries, but this is where things started to get a bit shaky. The game shifted towards a more action-oriented style, with a focus on combat rather than the creeping dread that had defined the earlier titles. While these games still had their moments, they struggled to capture the same psychological depth and atmosphere that made the earlier games so iconic. For many fans, it felt like the soul of Silent Hill was slipping away, buried under an avalanche of quick-time events and action sequences. Now, let's talk about the upcoming Silent Hill 2 remake. When the first gameplay reveal dropped, fans were cautiously optimistic. The footage showed James walking through the fog-covered streets.
I got a letter.
And while the visuals were stunning, some fans were left wondering if the game would capture the intense psychological horror of the original, or just look really good. But then, just recently, we got a second look at the gameplay. And this time, there was a collective sigh of relief. The new footage showed more of the atmosphere and tension that made Silent Hill 2 a classic, with some eerie encounters and a peek of how the remake will handle the game's signature psychological horror. The updated footage reassured fans that the remake wasn't just a visual upgrade. It's bringing back the psychological depth and unnerving atmosphere that made the original so unforgettable. It looks like Bloober Team is on the right track to reviving the terror we all know and love.
Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So you are Maria.
I am. If you want me to be.
How do you know about Mary?
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
I'm cautiously optimistic for this remake. There is a lot to look forward to. Just remember, in Silent Hill, nothing is what it seems, especially when the fog rolls in. Thanks for joining me on the journey into the foggy past of Silent Hill. What are your thoughts on the upcoming remake? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this content, please leave a like or subscribe, would mean a lot. Until next time, stay safe and keep that flashlight close.